and understanding to those who have walked this land since time immemorial. Today, we uphold our ongoing responsibility to work together in the spirit of the intent of the treaties with all First Peoples and nations that call this place home. The town expresses gratitude for the opportunity to build a better community on these sacred lands for generations to come. And with that, I call the special council meeting of August 20th, 2026 to order. Our first job, council, is an adoption of the agenda. Council, do you have any changes or amendments? Councillor Chambers. Yeah, there you go.
I'd like to make a motion that council adopt the special council meeting as presented.
Council, we have a motion on the floor. And my vote's not up, Jen, so I'm going to vote this first one by hand. All in favor? All right. And then we will start the public hearing. The following public hearing is held pursuant to Section 692 of the Municipal Government Act, being Chapter M26, RSA 2000, and the amendments thereto. The following public hearing is held pursuant to Section 692 of the Municipal Government Act, being Chapter M26, RSA 2000, and amendments thereto. The following rules of conduct will be followed during this public hearing. Presentation should be brief and to the point. The order of presentation shall be entry of written submissions, those supporting the bylaw, those opposing the bylaw, and any other person deemed to be affected by the bylaw. The council may ask questions of speakers after each presentation for clarification. There is no debating the bylaw. However, questions to councillors or other parties will be accepted through the chair. I hereby call the public hearing on the bylaw open. Madam Secretary.
The purpose of the proposed bylaw number 1088-27 is to amend the land use bylaws shown. First reading was given to bylaw 1088-27 on August 5th, 2026. Notice of this public hearing was advertised as posted in the Hinton Weekly e-newspaper, on the Town of Hinton website, the Town of Hinton Facebook page, and emailed via the town's Civic Send system to those who have signed up to be notified.
Thank you. And are there any late written submissions relating to bylaw number 1088-27?
Yes, there is, and I'll read it into the record.
Please.
Hello, and thank you for your email and the town's online announcement for the public hearing regarding land use bylaw amendments number 1088-27 pertaining to Lot 2, Block 4 at 190 Mauer Drive. We support this zoning change and the proposed amendment. This lot is adjacent to our property at 202 Mauer Drive, Links Landing. We request that the water supply for the development on Lot 2, Block 4 be looped and connected to the existing water line that supplies Links Landing. Earlier this year, we discussed this with Trent McLaughlin and agreed that it would mitigate problems with frozen water lines and the use of bleeder valves. Thank you, Lyle and Janet Russell.
Thank you. Is there anyone present who wishes to speak in favor of bylaw 1088-27? Is there anyone present who wishes to speak in opposition to bylaw number 1088-27? Step forward, please. Yep. Just and pull the mic down toward you, please. Identify yourself. And
Hi, I'm Leslie LeBlue. I live on 105 Cashburcott Cove.
okay.
I'm not opposed to housing. I'm opposed to the increasing the development potential of this property without knowing exactly what could be built and without addressing the impact on our neighborhood. My question what changed? The property was rezoned to a RS3 only in 2025. That has changed now and it makes it a RM2 What has changed that now makes it RM2 appropriate? How many units? What is the maximum number of units that could legally be built under an RM2? What is actually planned? Are there already a developer or a proposed development? Why haven't residents been shown a conceptual plan site? Traffic, has a traffic study been done for Mauer Drive and Baker Street? How much additional traffic could maximum development create? Another concern is where parking, where will all the required resident and visitor parking go? How will you prevent overflow parking from entering our neighborhood? And is this the right location for a RM2? The bylaw says RM2 is normally intended for medium high density housing adjacent to collector and arterial roads. How does this property meet that intent? And if council approves the RM2 today, what prevents a future developer from building the maximum density allowed? In closing, I'm asking council to either reject or there's rezoning or defer it until residents are shown exactly what could be built here and the traffic, parking, drainage, and servicing impacts that have been properly assessed. Thank you.
Thank you. Council, do you have any further questions? Maybe maybe I'll wait till the next meeting. I'll leave that go. Do councilors require any further information? If not, then I hereby declare that the public hearing related to bylaw number 1088-27 is closed and will accept a motion to adjourn. Councillor McLean.
I move that we adjourn the special meeting.
Thank you. That was pretty concise. All right, so the next right. And that's passed unanimously. Thank you. And then we do have some new business tonight, and it is the land use bylaw amendment number 1088-27, which we just discussed. Administration.
Thank you, Mayor, and I will refer this to Ms. Walker.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and Council. So bylaw amendment number 1088-27 was previously presented and considered through the required public hearing process to support two potential housing development opportunities as presented by Northern Alberta Cooperative Housing Association on August 5th, 2026. Located at 133 Bhutan Avenue and 190 Mauer Drive, administration recommends that council give second and third reading to bylaw amendment number 1088-27 this evening. Should these lands be developed in future, each proposal will be subject to the town's standard review and approval processes, including development permit and building permit applications and requirements. Any development will be required to comply with the provisions of the land use bylaw and the town's engineering and design standards. This includes, but is not limited to, requirements related to infrastructure servicing, site design and landscaping, residential density, building heights, site coverage, vehicular access and egress, on-site parking, snow storage, grading, waste collection areas, and other applicable development standards. This property on 190 Mauer Drive is located on a collector under the Transportation Master Plan, Collector Road. I just would like to answer that lady's question. And therefore, administration is recommending council provide second and third reading of bylaw amendment 1028-27. Thank you.
Thank you. Council. Councillor Chambers.
Thank you through the mayor to administration. So a lot of the questions submitted and both brought up tonight were regarding some of the parking and congestion that we've talked about. I was there for the prior rezoning with last council, and Baker Street is a very busy street. And some of the proposed conceptual drawings that were showing that main drive coming right onto Baker. So that will be something that that will be, there's not a special motion required from council or anything that will be looked into through part of the regular development process as to best access points, parking, et cetera, because it is kind of coming off that hill and into that flat spot. There's a lot of traffic there, plus an existing bus stop. I do think there's some valid concerns there. So that's something that you'll be taking a deeper dive into based on the feedback from tonight's public hearing, as well as just your usual takeaways through the development process.
Through the mayor to Councilor Chambers. Correct. So all of those topics really should be dealt with at the development permit stage. Parking requirements is one that we have heard. In the land use bylaw, our parking requirements for these zonings is one stall for a one bedroom, two parking stalls for a 2-bedroom, and 1 visitor spot per 8 units. So that's our current regulations through the land use bylaw, and that would be on-site parking. So the intent with our parking requirements is that it would be self-contained and wouldn't require the more street-orientated parking.
Follow up, please. Oh,
And then so thank you, that does help. And then the access points, whether off of Baker Street, off of Mauer, whatever, that will be considered as well, because I do think I have some concerns, and I think the concerns are valid of that flow of traffic coming right into Baker Street at that point.
Through the mayor, members of council, when we were shared with the conceptual drawings of the design, that was one of the things that we had brought up too, is looking at a different access point so you don't have to turn onto a more residential street and congest that little intersection. So we have identified that we would like to see the access point at a different location. But that, again, that's one of the things that we would be talking about at the development permit stage when we have plans in front of us that we can dictate those types of details.
Okay, thank you. With that, I would be happy to make the motion that council give land use bylaw amendment number 1088-27 second reading.
thank you. And I'm up again, Jen, so. All right, council, we have a motion on the floor. Any other thoughts, comments as it relates to the motion? Sure, that council give the land use bylaw amendment 1088-27 second reading. And again, any thoughts, comments as it relates to the motion? Seeing none, then I call to question the council give land use bylaw amendment number 1088-27 second reading. Please vote. And that's passed unanimously. Thank you, council. Councillor Dunn.
Yes, I'll make a motion that council give land use bylaw amendment number 1088-27 third reading.
All right, too late for thoughts or comments at this point, so I'll call the question then to council give the land use bylaw amendment number 1088-27 third reading. Please vote. And that's passed unanimously. Thank you, council. And with that, then I guess I will take a motion to go into closed session. Councillor McLean.
I'd like to move that we go in closed session at 4:13
13 and a half. I'm trying to break the record.
4:14. Yeah.
All right. Council, we have a motion to move into closed session. Oh, it's up. Okay. Mine didn't come up. Please vote. That's passed unanimously. Thank you, everyone. Well, that was quick. Welcome back, everybody. And we had a motion to come out of closed session at 5:04. And we do have a motion that's required. Counselor McLean.
Yes, I'd like to move that council approve the conditional purchase and sales agreement with the parties, Community Land Trust Foundation for the sale of 133 Bhutan Ave and 190 Mauer Drive for the nominal consideration of $1 for the purpose of co-op housing project subject to the terms and conditions and protections as discussed in closed session contained in the agreement.
Thank you. And I'm not going to reread that, but we have a motion on the floor. Any thoughts or comments as it relates to that? I think we've all had our say, and with that, please vote. And that's passed unanimously. Thank you. Great project. I hope it gets built. And Councillor Chambers,
I'd like to make a motion for adjournment.
thank you. Council, we have a motion to adjourn the meeting at 5:09 PM. Please vote. I'm declaring it unanimous. There we go. Thanks, everyone.